all of our checkered stripe decal kits for the Tacomas, 4Runners, Sequoias, all the kits are gonna come with each of the pieces transfer taped and then labeled. And so this is the process of us transfer taping them. The reason we transfer tape them is because if you try to install these decals just piece by piece or whatever, they're gonna get misaligned, they're gonna stretch, they're gonna distort. And so adding transfer tape onto these kits allows the geometry and the shape of them to stay the same, especially once you go to apply them. So we're gonna transfer tape the rest of this kit, and then we're gonna jump over to the install of how to generally install all of these kits in to make them look good. What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be installing a few of our DIY checkered stripe kits. We're going to be doing on a 5th gen 4Runner and then a 3rd gen Tacoma. Follow along. This is basically our official how-to video. We're going to give some rough measurements, but mostly it's going to be a walkthrough of how to install these with your own, I guess, style, but also kind of like advice on how to make it look like it's OEM. So we're going to start with our 5th gen 4Runner. This is a kind of a unique build. Customer did not want to do colored, so we actually custom cut some metallic silver out of some vinyl, which are these. It's going to go along great with his wheels, the topo fairing rack, and a few of the chrome accents on the vehicle. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the front passenger with your checkers that go down, stripes that go out the back, and as we add more pieces and line it all up, you guys will be able to see how we do that. Okay, so on these 5th gen 4Runners, what you're going to be looking for is this body line right here. These stripes are designed to where the bottom stripe sits just above that body line right here, and will run out the back. What we're going to do is we're basically going to tack up what pieces we have, and then we're going to make some measurements, make sure they're all in line, and then we will show how to remove the backing and utilize the transfer tape to make sure everything is perfectly aligned. Make sure you got some good tape. We use 3M automotive for like refinishing tape. There's also some cheaper stuff that you can buy. Works the same. He's so high. Wow, line that up pretty good. Okay. So as a starter, you can see that the bottom line here is lined up with that body line, and then you can bring this down. We give you quite a few checkers, so if you don't want to go down all the way, you can end up cutting a few of them off, however you want your style to look. So there is some, I guess, adjustability with these. So front one, make sure it does come past the door, so you are able to wrap down into the crevice. Then with your next panel, I almost always line it up perfectly with the stripe ahead of it, and then I'll just kind of tack it there. And then we'll come back here, get a measurement. 1/4. This is the one where you're gonna have to eye it a little bit. Another great way to make sure all this is in line, if you don't want to eye it, or you're like, I don't know if I can do this, you can run over to like Harbor Freight or Home Depot, and you can actually get a laser level, and you can lock the laser and put a perfectly straight line on this body, and you'll be able to like pick a line and line up all of them the same. It works out fantastic. So now we got everything in line, and what you want to do is you want to get two pieces of tape. Make sure everything's pretty flush. We already prepped the car. I forgot to mention that. We already cleaned it off, basically buffed off any imperfection that we wanted to around the wrap. Now what we'll do is You're gonna separate just the back part here. Okay. And then you can pin or like hold this right here. That's why it's always nice to have a partner when you do these things, but go like this. You want to rip it away, otherwise you'll get paper on the inside, so you want to rip it away like that. Toss that under. And this guy, make sure this is like fully flat, and then you'll be able to start just right here in the middle, and you can run your hand straight down the middle slowly as you drop it. Get that all on. Then with the squeegee, you always want to go from the inside out. Inside out. Inside. You're going to put a small piece of tape like that. Then you're going to use a razor blade or something like that, and you're going to score this piece of tape. And you're just going to, we can do that. It'll allow us to then lift this, get it off there, and we can use this to now release it. And know exactly what height it was over there. And we'll bring this down. Pull the rest of the backing off. Okay. Pull this tight. And again, you can run your squeegee right at the middle. You'll want to heat it with a heat gun to make sure everything is stuck well. And then you can come back here. And you'll get a few like these like little bubbles come up, and the type of vinyl we use is air release. So you can see that just by adding some pressure on it, it's going to release those bubbles. If you have one come off just like that, go back, make sure you pull it tight, squeegee the piece back on. And make sure to pull down and not away from the vinyl. Got all the little bubbles out. Okay, so see that bubble? So instead of trying to squeegee it out, just put your finger on it lightly, and it'll release the bubble. First one's done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to realign our middle stripe, move to our middle stripe, and then we'll finish the rear one. Okay, trick here. So to keep this thing in line, because this thing can wiggle up and down even though it is transfer tape, what you can do is you can add a small piece here in the middle, make sure everything's aligned well, and then you can span the entire piece like this. And what this will do is it'll keep it from bending, kind of warping. So on this one, we'll keep the back one on there nicely. We'll lift this one, pull it out of the way just a little. Then for this guy, kind of lean him up. Pull that up. Okay. And right here, you're going to want to pull this tight. Bring it down. You can tack the middle. Okay, and then right here, this piece, you're going to want to make sure that it's perfectly lined up with the driver. That. And what I'll do is I'll just lightly with my hand Now I got it tacked on. Squeegee. Cool. Then what you can do, let's put my knife out. Don't have to worry about those plopping. You can cut it kind of right down the middle of your door to make it easy. Gives you a little to tuck around the back side. Be careful not to cut your paint. Cool. Now that we're here, it's all been pressed. Okay, and then your last piece, before you commit to it, make sure you line it up with your rear piece, tack it there, and then we're going to do one more time to see how level it is, and honestly, it's really good. So we will come back here, we'll get our long piece of tape. Up. Actually pull down in the middle. Then you're gonna line up this to the rear. And come through here and kind of dust down. Same back here. Kind of pull a piece out just a little bit so it'll tack on. Finish the passenger side. Now what we're gonna do is I'll give you guys some measurements of kind of roughly where each stripe ended up, so that if you don't want to rough it or adjust it, you just want straight measurements, this video will give you the measurements for the 5th gen 4Runner and the 3rd gen Tacoma. So let me get you guys some measurements here. Door panel, you're gonna be 6 3/4. You can even go back and just go 7 inches back, just so that you make sure you have enough room up top. Okay, then from door trim in, you're gonna be 1 1/4 inches. Okay, right here, you're gonna be just under 1 1/4 inches. And it looks like 3/16. Okay, right here, 1 1/8 inches. Come right here, your 1 3/16 inches roughly. And then just a base right here off the 4th checkered in. Here 1 3/4 inches pushing up against the glass. Now you got some rough measurements to go all the way through. Your final touch to doing all this is getting your heat gun and tucking all your corners in. It's like this one. You just take it, kind of roll it in. It can look like that. Don't need it wrapped deep. And right here, that one in. So we cut that one super close. That's what I'm saying. 7 inches would allow the stripes to come this way just a tad. Okay, from the top, 1.25 inches from the top. Okay, we are 1 3/8 inches from the tail light. Inch and 1.25 inches. I'm gonna start with this John right here. Okay, with the curved one, you want to make sure they always pull down in the middle, get the center set, and then you want to pull it tight, and then run your finger up the middle one, or else you'll get little wrinkles. Perfect. Squeegee this one out. You got a Gustin?
No. I was tasting some.
I was like, sorry. I'm already.
You're time when you're ready.
Okay, cool. Now I got that done. Pull it close. Let it completely shred on you. Awesome. So now we're going to jump into a 3rd gen Tacoma. These are probably our 2 most popular checkered stripe kits that we sell. This one, instead of a colored stripe kit like we offer, we also offer just straight satin black, gloss black, solid colors, red. We're actually be putting satin black 3M on this Tacoma to go along with all the other black accents just to keep it simple. So one addition that this Tacoma is getting is our short fang hood stamp. We also have a long fang hood stamp. And then if you do not have a Sport Pro hood and you have a standard off-road hood, we have a style that comes from back there, stripes across the front and then goes out back, and then just a full color hood. And the reason that these hood stamps are great is that when you are driving, depending on how tall you are, but the sun glare off the hood hits you right in the eyes. So these stamps are specifically made to help alleviate that. Depending on how big the stamp is, the bigger it is, obviously you're going to have much more of a reach to eliminate it. Smaller ones, a little less. So hopefully this hood stamps helps Dallas eliminate that glare. And we're going to add a little bit of style to his rig with our stripe kit. So let's go ahead and get started. We got everything kind of taped up. Once again, this stripe kit is designed to run right along this body line, where your top stripe, that line, should run right at the crevice or the point of that body line. So we just kind of roughed it up and put it up there for now. Then we'll go back and we will measure it. Okay, so you're basically 1 3/4 on the crevice. So inch. And 3/4. Okay, so Tacomas are a little trickier to line up, but same concept as the 4Runner. I'll give you guys some measurements from the front to the back. Is 1 3/4, 1 3/4, and then right before it starts to curve up, 1 3/4. Right here, 1.5 inches. Back here, almost 1.5 inches. What kind of knocks off this measurement is the fender, how it bows like this. So what you're gonna need to do is basically tack it down there, tack it back here, and then you're gonna need to step back and check out the line to make sure that it's straight. Once you have it straight, then you can start from the front, work your way to the back, and start lining everything up.
Changing the world in there or what?
Huh?
Changing the world in there or what?
Sure, something like that. They're having a full committee meeting. I like it better without. Sorry, Dallas.
I don't make the decisions around here.
I don't care.
I'm just told what to do.
I'm just here to make a video.
People are sick of seeing my truck.
Isn't that guy always there? Dude, how do I get sponsored like Dallas Ham?
It's not really sponsored, guys.
Yeah. Not a sponsor though. I am paying for it.
I am working for free.
My truck looks cool, but I am working for free. All in hopes of getting that $33 a month from YouTube, baby. Let's go.
One day it'll grow.
One day, one day.
Come on, guys. Subscribe.
Subscribe, please. I can't be doing this forever. Come on, you little piece of crap. Oh, jeez, come on. Oh, sorry if it hurts your speakers. Bro,
I did.
now you're not an Amazon boy.
Just another thing that was on the truck when I bought it. And then I missed, like one fell off while I was driving, so I was like, I think I'll just take them all off.
The time has come to part with old parts. Once again, guys, this is air release vinyl. So if you do get stuff like air bubbles underneath it, just put your finger on it, and you can remove probably 99% of any imperfections on your car with the air release, which is really nice. Okay, first one's done. This all lined up. Come on, you little bugger.
You have to cut it before you peel it, bro.
I know, dude. I do one thing out of order, and it gets me every single time.
That's alright, no, everyone else knows.
It's okay, I'm putting it up on your channel. Everyone will know.
And so they don't make the same mistakes, man.
Yeah, there we go.
You did it on purpose.
So guys, right here I purposely did it just to show you how dumb I am.
You can just like open the door and rip it, you know.
Shit, that's my fear. Just go totally gutting it. Boom. For this back area, I will typically wrap 2 or 3 inches deep, and then I'll get my razor blade, cut it flat, and then press them flat. Will it be perfect around these edges with stripes? No, but it is back behind the vehicle, just like so. Okay, let's go to the front here. I'll kind of show you. So from here to here, the vehicle is very symmetrical. You're gonna measure down 1.75 inches here and here, can line it off. From the bed back, people's beds can be off just slightly, like a millimeter in spacing can equate to, you know, 1/4 inch in the very, very back. So what you're gonna do is just make sure that this front lines up with this stripe that connects to the cab, and then from there, the best thing that you're gonna be able to do is eye it or use a laser level to make sure that this back piece is level with the front piece. On this specific truck, we're 1.5 inches in the front, and then 1.375 in the rear. So there's an 1/8 of an inch difference. Because when we went down to 1/2, it sat too low. We went up to 1/4, it was too high. So we met right there in the middle. It looks fantastic when you get down and actually like eye it. So now that we're done with this section, we're going to take a lot of these measurements, transfer over to the driver's side, and get everything lined up. Don't forget to clean well, heat treat, or post heat treat. You want the vinyl to get around 185 degrees so that it does adhere to the vehicle properly. Woo! If you've made it this far in the video, congratulations. Last step is a hood scoop. Okay, hood stamps. So what we're going to want to do is make sure that the inner gap between the vinyl and the paper is the same, or at least super, super close. Okay, and then you're going to kind of feel it out, make some measurements. Once you feel like you got a decent spot, I'd recommend taping it down. In 2 spots, just like this. So that way it don't move. Then what we can do is we're going to go from the front of the vehicle. $17 3/8. 17 3/8. Wow. It's legit perfect. Okay, then from the side here. Crazy. 15 5/8. 15 5/8. What I'm gonna do is make sure that this spot really is taped down really well. No. I wanted it to work, but it's not going to. Okay, then you're gonna pull a strip away, backside forward. Okay, what to do. Great, now we've got the front side squeegeed on. Now we're gonna flip it over. Got this. Bring this up. Make sure you pull tight in the middle. That. And you can kind of just work your way out. Cool. Cool. You can see that when I broke the half and put the back, I pulled it tight, put a squeegee in the middle, make sure that this could lay flat, and then pulled in the corner, tacked there, and then kind of pushed everything out to the corners. That's how you'll want to do it. And then once everything is set nicely, dang, she looking good. Okay guys, that's sums up our DIY checkered stripe install videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you guys have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching.